Now is the one pra. Today is a one pra. Because in the Buddhist calendar, raining season, right? For every season we have 8 Patimokkha. So 2 weeks once. Now we're coming to the small one pra. And next week will be our 5th Patimokkha. So this is a half of the raining season's vasa. So we must recall what have we achieved so far. What have we achieved in our practice, in the aspect of our sila, in the aspect of our chanting, our practicing of meditations, our mental developments that we should be developed. How much have we achieved? We should ask this question to ourselves. What are the things that we don't know and we make an effort to know? We make an effort to memorize, to improve ourselves. And this is the training, right? It is very important to have this kind of reflections so it can give us the sense of urgency to move forward. And this is very, very important. If not, we'll be focusing on things not pertaining to the practice. And this is very important, right? And for those people who come and practice, right? Same attitude which we must adopt. Have we increased in our practice? How? Our sitting, the hours of our sitting, our walking meditations, our chanting, and the way we behave in terms of controlling our own mind. When we say controlling our own mind, a lot of people say, the mind, you shouldn't be controlling the own mind. You must let your mind think the way it is. We got to control. Because mind, the way, the nature of the mind is full of greed, hatred, and delusion, full of anger, jealousy, full of ego and pride. We must control. If not, what's the training all about? If not, what for we ordain? What for we come to the temple for what? If not, why the Buddha left the homeless, left the worldly life for what? There must be a reason why the Buddha did that, right? As we mentioned earlier, during the Buddha's time, so many schools of thoughts, but the Buddha doesn't agree with the thoughts, the school of thought during that time, the Buddha's time. That's why the Buddha come up with this training, format of training for us that we got to adhere to. And then we got to work toward what has been taught, right? The kind of attitude we must adopt. And we must know how to train ourselves, how to behave ourselves. What level of practice we should adopt for ourselves, what level of responsibility, the thing we should do for ourselves, thing that we should do, what we should do, and why we want to do, what for, and how can it enhance our practice. And these are the things we should look into it, right? And push toward, right? And for us, especially when we are monks, we go towards meditation, to the eradication of our defilements. You see, we memorize our chant, that chants that we don't know, we must memorize, push at it. Yeah? And meditation aspect. That's why the word control, a lot of people say, no, we don't control. We control. If we don't control our mind, then who will control? The defilement will control us. See, when the defilement control us, what result it would happen? You see, it's very damaging for ourselves. And worse still, the lay people. The lay people is the same thing. You also must do self-control. right? Self-control in your sila. In terms of the 5 precept, 8 precept, you got to control yourself. For example, sometimes you never push yourself. You got to start to push. When we say push yourself, if you're not going to push yourself, who's going to push for you? You think so? You're just doing day in, day out, like putting up show, letting people see your day in, day out things. 8 precept, I stay in the temple. I monk, I this, I that. So what? We are just human beings in uniform, that's all, nothing special. But the specialty of the uniform is that if you can improve yourself, you can prove yourself in terms of the practice, control of anger, control of greed, hatred, delusions, control of pride, control of ego. This is what people will be looking at you. How people look at you. People don't care. Because your uniform, don't care. We're human beings. Your shit and our shit same. Shit our stink, smell. What's so good? But if your behavior is good, if you know what is called thing that need to be respect, you respect. Thing that to be uphold, you uphold. Then people respect you. This is something very, very important with the training rules. That's why you look at the Buddha's teaching. The Buddha didn't, our practice doesn't go without teaching. They have a form of teaching how to go about it and how we should perform ourselves. How to behave ourselves. All aspect. You look at the Buddha's teaching. Everything is written so clearly. So we must uphold. You see, especially in a place like that, the lay support, you just support. The monk will do a practice. You see, don't cross the line. The monk won't cross the lay people line. The lay people don't cross the monk line. Then no problem. The problem is like to cross the line. You see, and then got problem, a lot of problem. The problem is because why? This stupid mind inside don't look inside, look outside. Like I say, the eye always look outside. Try to correct outside. That's a problem. You correct inside, no problem. Because when you correct outside, you don't offend people. You say, today I got no food. Today I got no food, no speech. Then nothing happen. Nobody get offended. No food, no problem. You can go fasting 10 days, 20 days, who cares? 30 days, who cares? People only are no more this practicing quiet, silent. You see? Then people will look upon you. This type of practice, people admire you. You see? What inspired us to ordain? Last time before we ordained, same thing. I go Thailand, go shopping, like shopping center. Go around Thailand, look at different teachers, the mode of practice, go and stay there, see. And then we choose, okay, what are the mode of practice suits your character? Not everything suits everybody. Then we practice, go to the mode of practice according to our temperament. Well, of course, we don't expect everybody to be the same, right? We don't expect anybody to be Long Po Cha, to be Long Po Ma Bua, to be like Long Pu Man standard. You see? Long Pu Man can fly, we can't fly. But we try to uphold, we try to keep within the scope of practice. But the problem, did we push for it? Not. The lay people, you can take Kume Keo, Yanayon, Kumpaki, Yanayon, Kume Keo, Kume Chandi, all this. Lay people, the preceptor. You have to go and become a Bhikkhuni or what. You look at all this lady, their bone, become relics. A lot of people like to contest. What does that prove? Relics. See? What does that prove? Hey, bone can become a relics, become like glass. If the mind is not intended in focusing to the spot, just an X-ray, you think can become glass? You don't see any dog bone, human bone become like that? No. That's the way how pure the mind can be, with the purity of the mind, focusing to the body, penetrate, focusing the body, focus your body the whole day, whole night, unless you sleep. This is how they purify. The purify of the mind, purify the body. You see? Like X-ray like that, just scan. Then you see the mind very calm. The mind will have a kind of, what we call that, have enough, because the certainty in oneself, the practice, looking, the Buddha's teaching don't ask you to look out, look inside. You see, other people's problem, we leave them alone. We look inside. Use energy to focus inside. Just an X-ray. Eradicate all this thing inside within you. You see, people, why the more they focus, even the complexion also change for the better. People are good at meditations. They don't need all kind of supplement. They don't need. They don't have to go for facial massage or what. Don't need. You see? But you look at them, why are they so serene, so pure? Because the mind is composed, because the mind is disciplined, always focusing in the body, screening inside the body. And no time to come. From just a rough scanning, you project into what? Visions, like real things scan, the real scanning into the body. And it's so clearly. And deeper inside the mind, you get more deeper understanding about the attachment of the mind to the body, the attachment of the mind to the mind make story, to the mind make, see how our ego work, how this thing work, how this thought patrolling out from the mind become a thought. And when you grab hold of this thought, become a what? A birth of supposition, a birth of committing more karma for ourselves. Then we see, the more we practice, the more scary it will be. Scary in what? Scary that we will commit back karma for ourselves. You see? Very scary, because why? It will only multiply our birth, aging, illness, and death only. Multiply more back karma. Become a hindrance for our practice more. You see? That's why the Buddha tells us to have compassionate, to forgive people. People have wrong done to us, forgive them, forget it. Because the Buddha saw this. Say, you better don't commit more bad karma. An eye for an eye will be more bad karma. It's always to stop it and hands off. And no problem. One hand cannot clap. You take two hands, you clap, and the clapping will keep going on. Remember. Remember. Now it's the middle of the vasa already. So commit less karma better. So that will be the sharing for today. Right?